May I confess? May I confess? I would like to confess that I am guilty of very vindictive behaviors. I confess. And the reason of why I suffer from vindictive behaviors is because of, and it is a result of being bullied for years. Once I stood up against my bully and I fought back, I said to myself, never, never again. And if you hurt me, I have the right to defend myself and return the favor. I do not go out into the world, and it is never my intent nor purpose to cause harm to no man, woman, or child, or even animals. In fact, I am a very active person when it comes to the protection of this environment. I advocate for the humane treatment of our animals, our wildlife, even our domesticated animals. I suggest that we stop having pets. First of all, having pets is a form of slavery. And being a pet, there is no benefit to the animal that you have enslaved in your house, whether it is a cat, rat, dog, parrot, snake, lizard, or whatever. The only beneficiary, just like in human slavery, is the slave master. In human slavery, using American black chattel slavery as an example, there was no benefit to our ancestors' enslavement. So this nation became wealthy due to over 300 years of free slave labor, over 100 years of underpaid labor during what we call Jim Crow. So I do confess that I am very vindictive. That is a good thing. It is also a bad thing. I also understand and know that all battles aren't worth fighting. However, in this case, these particular people, which it does not mean it's going to change their behavior, nor does it mean they learn any kind of lesson. But these two persons need to know, when you hurt people, when you lie, manipulate, you use people, deceive, there's a consequence. Now, for me, the only thing you're going to get is a YouTube video. However, you're going to meet the wrong person, and they're not going to make a YouTube video. And the consequences is going to be much, much different. It's just a matter of time if these women continue this behavior. Actually, I am a blessing for them from your God. I am a blessing from Allah. I am a blessing from Jesus to teach you a lesson before it's too late, to give you a warning before it's too late. Though you condemn me, though you look at me in a negative light, it would be wise upon you to learn from this escapade or this situation so that you may not leave this planet early, because again, that next person you mess with, whether he or she is right or wrong, the consequences may not be a YouTube video or an article that you write or a book that you write on a website. I am a blessing, and you are a blessing to me. You are a learning experience to me, to learn the signs of manipulators and parasites, weasels, narcissists, as you say. You and her are exactly the things that you call other people, psychopaths and narcissists. You greedy and you're selfish, tyrannical, vulgar, nasty, violent, wicked, evil. This is what you have shown us. But I want to give us two quick examples of a behavior that they exhibit themselves, but they want to condemn me for, but it's all right for them, but it's not all right for me. Now, on the right side, you have here Porkchop. And I don't know the situation because there's always two sides of a story. And I've only heard the side of Porkchop, and we know Porkchop is an extreme liar. We know this. But we're just going to use this for an example. Now, to my knowledge or to my belief, Porkchop was married to a brother. We know him as MuHAMmad Temple number 15 on YouTube. Again, I've only heard her words. There's always two sides of a story. But even so, she felt that it was necessary to go on social media and slander him, slander his temple, slander him. In fact, you will see her slandering and spreading gossip about all those that don't submit to her will, that don't do what she believes they need to do. She slandered our brother, MuHAMmad. She slandered MuHAMmad. She have gone here and she slandered our soul brother Taalik because of whatever she felt, some type of wrong they did to her, or she felt some kind of wrong they are doing. And she found it was necessary to come out on social media and spread slander and gossip so she can warn other people, be careful about MuHAMmad, watch out dealing with MuHAMmad, and of course be careful of our soul brother Taalik. Now, on the other side, we have Mrs. Flip Flopper, and she just recently came on the internet. She was on the platform of Sonetta Studios, and she could not hang, with those intellectual type persons. They're too quick-witted and too fast-thinking. She couldn't hang with them, and they was laughing and making mockery of her. And that was a place she's too slow. She's too slow in the mind and too emotional. Couldn't hang with them. But in her social interaction with Sonetta and his wife Nepal, she felt as though they were talking about her in a nasty manner, and she felt as though they betrayed her. There was talk about private conversations being recorded and whatnot. And she decided to come out on social media to tell the world that Nepal and Sonetta is no good. There's always two sides of the story. And of course, at the time, this was my partner, and I have a responsibility to help my partner when she's under attack. But nevertheless, she thought that it was appropriate that she come out into the world and tell her story about how bad the conniving, the Jezebel spirit of Nepal and the treacherous behavior of Sanetta. So we have both of these examples, and they believe that this was appropriate. However, they have a problem with me because I come out and stand and say that you are a parasite. You are a leech. You are verbally abusive. Porkchop, you raped me. Porkchop was very abusive to me. Porkchop stole my money. Stole my hat, stole my bath towels. Like, God dang. And on the other hand, you have Mrs. Flip Flopper, who stabbed this platform in the back. After all the support, personally, I gave her, all the support this platform gave her, she stabbed us in the back. And she betrayed our trust. And she don't care about her own behavior. It's based upon her hurt feelings. But she have hurt feelings. She's cussed people out on our platform, disrespected this platform. It was tolerated, and we allowed her to stay because we knew we was dealing with an ignorant person. In reality, she was getting a little bit better being around civilized people. But I had no choice but to begin to cut her off. I started talking to her less on the telephone. And of course, economically, I had to cut her off. And then she began to fall. And she ended up right where she's at, right back with the savages. But to make a long story short, I don't have the right to come out on social media and tell my story of how these two people, these two she-beasts, these animals, these savages, ripped me off, manipulated me, even raped me. And right now, because they don't want to accept responsibility and hold themselves accountable for what they did, it's better to try to slander the victim, because that's what I am. I mean, it's very simple. Let's just follow the money trail. How much? Well, we know, and they even have confessed how much money went into their pockets. How much money went from their pockets to mine? Let's just follow the money trail. But I'm the devil. I'm so evil, but you getting paid. What do they do, or what did they do for me? Aleeyah Porkchop raped me. I don't even want your nasty ass vagina. Aleeyah Porkchop raped me. I did not want her. So they have the right to come out on social media and warn and tell the world about how bad Sanetta is, how bad Nepal is, and she has the right to talk about Eric MuHAMmad or whatever, but I don't have the right to come out here and tell the world about them. And if I want to tell the world about you until the day I die, I have that right. But they're upset because we never stop. I never stop. And I'm not going to stop. Because what I'm saying is true. And others need to be warned about y'all conniving, evil, wicked Jezebel ass. For sure.